I have to eat. Here's the deal. They delivered it to the wrong place while I was on the phone with the government of the United States of America. That's right, Joe Biden. I was talking to Joe Biden earlier, and he's like, wow, Spider Robot did that to you? I'm like, yeah, Joe. Gotta go get my food, though. Why is Joe Biden outside the window? I don't... because I hung up Justin, that's why. Anyway, you know what? It's Crappy's time. Crappy, lead the way to the reveal. I need to know what game we have. Not a leg with the ball. I can tell you that. Did I talk to Jennifer, government? Yeah, she's doing okay. Kind of sucks still. Oh, well, let's go ahead. Everybody, please welcome on in our... What? Well, no, I'm going to forget about John Nike because I don't care about him. Jennifer Government, she's where it's at. Let's welcome in the GM, our dear friend, Cosmic the Dolphin. Cosmic. Hey there, Cosmic. I'm ready for your game. Ready for your game. Wait, this totally is not Castlevania 3 music. What? Lies. Why does my stream lie about what song we have? Come on, come on. Get the real stuff. Cosmic, where are you? Where are you? Dude. Xena, where are you? Help me, Xena. Cosmic. Okay, so I need to use the mental power of a Brosentia in order to reach out through the ether and reach the dolphins.
Hey!
Oh my gosh, it worked. Wait. Oh, yeah, hello there.
Hey!
How you doing?
Doing well. Long day, but
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've given this out to two people to test already, and I know Corn Dan has had very bad experiences with X-Perts. But as long as
I didn't even reveal the game. What are you talking about? Oh, fine, whatever. Everybody, it's X-Perts.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were already streaming. I thought we were talking generally. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you are on stream, Cosmic the Dolphin.
It's been a long day.
Oh, well, everybody.
It's been a long day.
Welcome to whatever. I'm not allowed to laugh as much as I usually do because when I do, my stomach hurts because I had surgery. So I gotta be careful. People are saying knock off X-Men. I don't know if that's what it is. Mr. Torture, thank you for the sub. I do know that this is a game of dubious quality. Yeah, I was talking to the doctor. I'm like, do you think I'm gonna be fine enough to like do video game streaming? He's like, I don't know. Depends. I'm like, what does that mean? Yes or no? Yes or no? Give me an answer, doctor. He's like, I don't know. I just don't know. But here we are. I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, Cosmic, how have you been? I know that you are pretty heckin' busy. I hope that everything is going well for you, or that if they're not, that they shape up in a little bit.
Yeah, we're hoping things shape up in a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that you might be gone for a little bit just due to some real life things, and that's completely fine. We'll love to see you when you come on back after those real life things. But for now, you're here giving us some X-Perts.
Yes. So this is a game that everybody knows to make sure to look at your pause screen. Their pause screens very well. This game's actually incredibly simple to follow if you use the pause screen well. If you don't use your pause screen well, then it can get hectic.
Yeah, I honestly can't say I know that many games where I'm like, the pause screen is the most helpful. Pause buffering has helped in some games. Info on the pause screen, occasionally... Oh, what am I thinking? Like Subterranea. Oftentimes the pause screen could be helpful. But this, apparently, like, this is the rule. Yeah, with that said, I think that I'm just waiting for our last streamer, Sabusa, to get streaming.
Yeah.
And then I'll go ahead and get them captured.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but this is a very interesting game. It's a very late Genesis game. And by late, I mean 96.
1996? Yeah, that...
Yes.
Like, was the Saturn out by then?
Yeah. This was... Not only was the Saturn out, it was already on sale at Christmas time when this came out. This was incredibly late. This would have been... I'm thinking it might have actually honestly been one of the last official releases for the Genesis, and could have almost been the Genesis's swan song. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And it...
Oh my gosh, yeah, the thing is, like, games that come late in console life cycles, like, there's so much potential because, you know, by that point, everybody has, like, at least cracked the code for how to make something unique and different, and yet, so many games kind of flop in that regard. And I'm not exactly sure what this game is going to do. I am literally not familiar with this at all. I have heard horror stories, and I'm really excited to see what kind of horror we're going to have.
See, this was my realizing that, you know, I've had some of these competitors in round one, and I was looking at it, it's like, wait, one of these competitors did really well in janky platformer. One of these people did really well in 3D flying game. So I had to come up with something that was neither of those things.
You're like, let's do something else. Okay.
Yeah, because that's like my bread and butter. Weird racing games and platformers with stupidly long animations.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me go ahead and just do one last check to make sure I actually do have everybody in the right place, because we've got E. Salamiri, we've got Rhinum Impedanila, also known as Sabusa, over on Discord, and finally, Kessenchu in our last player to wrap up the four. Who is going to take the victory today? I have no clue. But let me go ahead and share my screen. I think that I forgot to share my screen on Discord. Yeah, you'll be able to watch it from here and not hear yourself through it, so that should work fine. I think I'm ready though.
Yeah, I mean, this will be an interesting one.
Okay, we have issued a rule for the players that they are allowed to ask questions in Discord during this game. However, we will not give them any information unless they ask questions. So it's a hard and fast rule. They can struggle if they want. If they want to try to understand something, they may ask publicly, and they will get a public answer in their group chat. Okay.
Yep, and I've got Discord open on my phone and here so that I can double check, make sure that I don't miss anything.
Okay, now just to check. Are they all set? Oh, everybody, I feel like we're going to... Is this an underwater base? I feel like it is.
It is. That is the game's storyline. The entire game takes place in this 8-story underwater base.
Yay! Raving Sock Monkey, thank you for the sub. Everybody, I feel like we need to get all of our water emotes, although are there other emotes that would be appropriate for this?
Let's see. I don't think we have any elevator emotes, do we? No.
Well, I don't. If you do, spam those fighting emotes, action emotes, and anything water related for sure. Time to be an expert, everybody. As soon as I see our first player move in a stage, I will start our timer and start eating a little bit more of my chicken here because I've got it. Ow, Janice. Spam your emotes, come on.
Yeah. So, yeah, everybody knows that they need to start with Zach. So, this is a part strategy, part beat 'em up.
A strategy beat 'em up. That is like the scariest phrase I have ever heard.
So, you do need to defeat you basically want to defeat any enemies that are around.
Okay.
But the pause screen will tell you where your next objective is and what you need to do. So you can see, for example, Impa had the pause screen up, and there was a blue dot on the pause screen that said, "You're on the correct floor. The thing that you need to open is over here." So basically, they just need to open doors on time. And yeah, as soon as they and yep. So yeah, we've got the primary information. Zachary must reprogram the elevator before they can use it.
It looks like Kessenchu may be doing that right now. Good.
Yep. Kessenchu's doing that. And so Kessenju has gotten that. Now Kessenju needs to get to the level 4 of the base here. However, they need to go to the elevator to do that.
Okay.
Rena M has figured that out and is actually already on that part because they have the second character already moving and grooving.
Look at that dress! Holy crap! Like,
oh, that's not even the worst dress.
No, I wasn't saying that was a bad dress. I'm just like, that is very much a dress. Is she a robot?
I have no idea.
Cool.
I think they're all supposed to be people, but yeah, we've basically got everybody is now on access elevator code level 4 East. Yi Salmari and Rena M are figuring that out.
So what matters, everybody, if you're watching, the mission at the top left is what matters the most. That shows essentially what main mission they are on. Nothing else really matters in this match, just the main mission. This green dress for Ryan, it looks like Yi Salamiri also has that.
Yeah. So basically, everybody needs to get the elevators working, which is on level 4 East. It's not. So what you will need to do is, let's see, nobody has asked yet. You need to make sure that you get the person that's already on level 4. Oh, and Rena M has figured that out. So Rena M is on to level 6 East now.
Very nice, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, Rena pulled out the gun. The weapons, you have weapons in this game. You obviously have ammo. They're not worth using.
Okay, so from what I understand, you have 3. Do you have 3 characters?
Yes, you have 3 characters.
Okay, they all show up in different places here.
Yeah, they're all on the same. They're all on the same base. And in the pause menu, it actually tells you which floor of the base everyone is on. So, for example, EC Alarmy had one on the 6th floor on the west side of the floor, one on the 4th floor, the east side, and I didn't catch the last floor that they were on. But
you know,
but you can, you could take everybody and get them all on the same floor if you want. There's no point in doing that, but you could.
Yeah, so far, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm intrigued. I don't think I like this yet, but I'm at least interested in it. Like,
Toshio active.
It's
Shadow active.
it's a very unique game. Now, one of the things that you can do, which I did mention to the players,
Toshio
is
active.
that you can change out characters anytime, and whatever the character is doing, whenever you switch them out,
Warning.
they will continue doing that action.
Combat.
okay.
So, for example, you can get someone on the primary mission of rerouting the power supply, for example, on 6 East, which 3 of our players currently need to do.
Shadow.
Gotcha.
And actually, no, I think Raina M might have actually got that just done. So, 2 of our players at least need to do. And nope, Raina M's still on it. Sorry. Whenever they, but you can start doing that and instantly,
active.
And instantly just change, like, to another character and do another objective with them at the same time.
So one thing I want to point out as well is that this game, like, it very much controls, or at least looks like it controls, like a fighting game or a beat 'em up. And from what I understand, this was a spin-off of a fighting game series, Eternal Champions. However, this is an alternate timeline in which the assassin Shadow Yamato wasn't killed by the Black Orchid. So here we are, trying to get revenge on whoever tried to kill her.
Yeah.
Which I guess they live underwater, so that's cool.
Yeah. And Raina M is actually currently doing the objective of rerouting the data supply. They are on that computer. So, yeah. Just get back in position to work on the computer, and they will pull into the lead.
In combat. Toshio active.
Hopefully here very shortly.
Gosh. Let me just say, this lack of music somehow bothers me more than, like, almost anything else. It's very, very bothersome. I just hear this hum. I hear a hum. That's about it.
Active.
Yeah, so Impa is still struggling to get the second mission done. They're not sure what computer to activate. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's not really that like, if you're building an underwater base, stop putting 50 million computers with one having access to a single door in the entire base that's completely across from every single door that it opens. Like, how does that make any sense? How? Dumb.
Shadow active.
Shadow active.
So that means that Impa has figured it out now. Impa has got the elevators working. So Impa is onto the...
Shadow.
Impa's behind everybody else, but currently Rena is in first. They have completed more primary missions than Yi Salarmi, and Kessenchu are on the same primary mission, but Yi Salarmi got there first, and Impa is behind.
Zach reports.
Zach reports? I hate my Zach reports.
Reports. Task.
So yes, now Impa can go on elevator rides.
Woo! My favorite!
Active.
One thing that nobody has figured... No, actually, wait a second. I think Rena M just figured it out. You can actually... This game could be potentially completed with good RNG without ever changing screens, entirely from the pause screen.
Combat.
Because you can actually send commands to where a character that you do not currently have control where you want them to go, but it's completely random whether or not that character will actually go that direction or will the objective.
This is fascinating. Like, I feel like everything that you're explaining to me, it just seems like there's so much depth, and I don't understand any of it.
They probably put too much depth into this game, and it did not need it.
Okay, there we go. Rhinum playing with a computer. So right now, the main character is Zachary, who I'm looking at the plot of the original Eternal Champions, and I don't even see a Zachary.
So the only character from Eternal Champions is Shadow. Tashiel and Zachary are supposedly people that are in the same group as Shadow, but just the game, the way the missions are laid out, if you just go from primary mission to primary mission, and Rhina is moving super quick on these missions. Rhina's like 2 missions ahead of everybody.
That's very good. Honestly, just
secondary
I do like that it warns you when one of your other characters could potentially be in combat. If somebody dies, are you done?
If somebody dies, it's not game over. It's only game over if all 3 characters die.
Okay, and if all 3 die, is it back to the beginning of the game?
Tashiel active.
Yes, although I did tell them to feel free to use save states after completing a primary objective.
Okay.
So people they can use save states here.
Active. Shadow reports.
And
Warning.
yeah, Rhina has got the wonders of the pause menu and how much information it just tells you down very well. Basically, this is a match of understanding what the pause menu tells you. It looks complicated the first time you may, if you see the game without knowing that the pause menu is very important, then this game will be very weird. But if you know what the pause menu tells you, this game can be beaten in under, I would say, in under an hour, if RNG would go well.
Okay. I'm giving them a very clear reminder, by the way. Even though it is pinned in the comments, there were a lot of pinned comments just because there's so much to this game. So I'm reminding them that they are allowed to save state after completing an objective.
Yeah. And yeah, and Rhina is, oh my goodness, Rhina is...
Shadow
active. Rhina is doing the work on
active.
On the 7E. So the other thing that the map tells you that you will want to look at is next time somebody pauses, you'll notice that there's dots all over the screen.
Okay.
Those dots are color coded, and the pause menu tells you what the color code is.
See, you say pause, but you're using that really liberally because that's not a pause, it's a menu.
Zach.
Yeah, well, it's the pause start button.
Well, yeah, and things keep moving, like, it doesn't stop.
Active.
There's no way to stop what's happening as far as I can tell.
Active.
No.
At least within game.
The only thing that really keeps moving is going to be the elevator and potentially a character if you program in a character to move. But that is a very difficult and annoying process, and that will get characters killed.
You know what this is? This is GTA 5. You've got 3 characters who you get to control simultaneously, go into different areas, you switch between them. They'd have different objectives and different goals, and like they can mostly do the same stuff, but yeah, this is just GTA 5 in 1996. In underwater. with guys who dress really, really crappy, and everybody forgot to exercise their legs.
This game also has my favorite game over potentially of any video game, which would be impossible, I think, to show up in this match just with the time limits. You can, one of the final primary missions in the game, which I have done this just because, well, first time I was playing through the game trying to beat it on accident. After that, later times I played through the game, I did it on purpose. Part of the end game is that you set off a code for nuclear warheads to go off that are inside the place, and you can just sit around for an hour and do nothing, and they'll just blow up.
Oh, well, that's fun.
And it's just game over. And like, it doesn't even, it's not even like a message of like, this is what happened. It's just all of a sudden the game goes to a cutscene of a giant explosion and you get put back to the start menu.
Yeah.
Active.
So as far as I can tell, like, honestly, I'm completely confused about how far anybody is, and anything that's happening on screen. I don't understand. I mean, you've got a pretty solid understanding, and as far as I know, Rhinum appears to be the one in the lead at this point.
Rhina is very far in the lead at this point.
Okay.
And Kesenshu is going to be moving firmly into second here shortly, because Kesenshu is completing the mission that both them and Isalarmi have been on, and then Impa is almost to being able to be tied with Isalarmi and Kesenshu. But Rhina is very, very far ahead.
Per what I'm reading here, by the way, there are chapters in the game?
This game does have chapters.
Okay, are we all on chapter 1?
We are all on chapter 1.
Gotcha. So they will be able to save if they move on to the next chapter. However, each chapter does remember the status of the lab environment. Enemies, flooded areas, broken power grids, hacked computers, and active force fields. I actually really like that you can have a dynamic type of gameplay every single time you play through. I wouldn't say that it's a good execution, but this is really interesting.
No, like it was seriously overdone. So what Kesenshu has done is that they have accidentally. Oh, Impa has. Okay, Impa's still in fourth, but Kesenshu and Isalarmi have gotten through and are on to the same primary mission now.
Very
nice. Kesenshu got through the primary mission a little bit earlier, but Kesenshu didn't realize that they had unpowered the elevators. So Kesenshu, that's why they can't get through. So Isalarmi has a real chance to just pull straight ahead of Kesenshu.
Warning.
But Kesenshu can't get back onto the elevators until they fix the computer that they weren't supposed to hack.
Oh no! If you hack a computer, you can't leave.
So there's some specific computers that if you hack it, the only way through is using the chutes, which Kesenshu has found one of the chutes. So instead, Kesenshu was used the chutes to get to another level. So they're fine now.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, y'all. The movie Hackers did not prepare me for that. Shutting down elevators because you hacked the wrong computer. What the heck? Yeah, I'm...
Warning, Zach.
Warning, Zach. Yeah, same.
Yeah. Yeah, but Arena is quite far ahead. But it looks like East Alarmy is. Oh wow. Okay, so Impa Impa did something very interesting that is very bizarre in this game.
Active. Warning.
That you can
Combat.
actually you need to kick the robots that are on the ground. Your punches go above them. So East Alarmy's finding that out now. But now I forget what I was going to say. I was focused on the robots.
So, do you have a limited amount of time to complete this game?
The only time limit is whenever you activate the nuclear codes, and then you need to unactivate them before you leave the base.
Well, don't activate them.
Unfortunately, it's required to beat the game.
What?
Like, due to weird storyline stuff, you need to activate the nuclear codes to understand what the nuclear codes are, and then unactivate them.
Okay, I need to find out who designed this game, because this is absolutely bizarre. Like, okay, Michael Latham was one of the main developers here. He also was the executive producer for Garfield Caught in the Act, which was in an AVGN video today. He did an episode about the Garfield games today. It was worth it. I enjoyed it. He also produced Eternal Champions, Disney's Tailspin, Green Dog, The Beach Surfer Dude, a Home Alone game, Ghostbusters 2, Talk of the Fat Man. What kind of curses does this guy have? Scud, the Disposable Assassin. These are not good games. These are not okay. Mech Warrior, music and sound effects. There we go. Should have stayed doing that. Oh my gosh.
So anyway, that is the only time limit in the game. Whenever you do that, you have an hour to go, oops, I should have done that, and fix it. And at which point, then that's the only time limit. I was going to say, Impa managed to turn on the health refills. So you can see where Kessenchu is standing, there's a giant locked door.
Yeah.
That is a health refill. The computer to open that door is on a different floor.
Okay.
Impa has found where that computer is and turned it on, but who knows if Impa will ever go to the floor where the health refill's on.
Oh, you know what? One of the producers for this was also a producer for Shadowrun on Genesis, and now I understand why everything in this game is so overly complicated. Like Shadowrun, the Shadowrun games for Super Nintendo and Genesis, very different, but both of them actually I think were really good. I just wasn't able to get too deep into them. Subterranea, the producer for Subterranea worked on that. How did they bring two of these legends together in order to create this? Wirehead, he produced Wirehead, Beyond Oasis, The Masked Rider, Kamen Rider Z.O., Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. We had two people working on two different Home Alone games who came together for this.
So basically what happened was Sega, for whatever reason, was convinced that they could make this a big IP. And right at the end of the Sega Genesis life cycle, threw a ton of people at this game in a very short time limit.
Yeah, if you throw a whole bunch of people at a game, but they don't have enough time to make a game, then you get something that, like, this has a lot of hope. Wait, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, the action game, Corndan, if you're listening, you know what that means. Yeah, the guy who produced that. Yeah, he did this.
Yep.
My gosh. Everybody who worked on this is a legend. Yeah, the guy also worked on various Cats games. I was trying to find out if he worked on the Cats game that got shown off on Don't Make Us Bored the other week, because that was hilarious. Wait, game design for Die Hard? Is this the NES Die Hard? It is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this team, this was all absolute legends. Like, people who gave it their all and they failed in a very big but impressive way. I love this.
Yeah. So Yisal Army has pulled firmly into second above Kessenju. Kessenju has figured out the computer that they need to go and turn on. And yeah, Rena is just firmly in first. Impa is a bit behind. But Yisal Army is in second. Kissenju is completing the objective that Yisal Army just did. It's retrieving the passcodes from a computer on the bottom floors of this giant base, and Rena is just Marina's just going ham on these missions.
I mean, if the game manages to work well for you, then great. I have a feeling that if I were playing this, I would be very confused. But I'm more confused because I'm watching 4 people play this game. Just having one brain try to approach this would probably be a better option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I know where everybody is basically because I've beat this a few times now to make myself ready to be able to force this on other people.
Good.
And I know basically where all the objectives are. If you yes, you can lose a character, but you can still keep playing. If you lose all the characters, it's game over. Yeah, it definitely helps because you can, if one character is low on health, then it's not a good idea to just keep going to the next mission with them. However, if you leave a character standing still and don't use them, they will automatically start getting some health back.
Yeah, and I actually appreciate how much you've put into playing and understanding this game. Like, I know that some of the other GMs had thought about giving this out, but were like, this is going to be a nightmare to track. You know what's going on. And that is extremely helpful. The fact that like the players also know what their main objective is. I would be getting confused if you hadn't have spelled it out like super clearly that the primary objective at the top left is what they need to do. And where they need to go, it says what more or less what they got to do. Yeah, I love it. By the way, yeah, guess what? One of the people who worked on freaking Balls 3D, doing some of the programming for that, worked on this. Every legend, California Games, he worked on California Games. Like, I feel like this is the culmination of all things crap, and this is horrifying.
By the way, Yisal Arby has my favorite robot in this game. Just the fact that you can't punch it. The only thing that hits it consistently, which Yisal Arby has found, is down kicks.
I like that kick.
Yeah, it's a very good kick.
Honestly, that character, like, it seems like she's all kicks.
Yeah.
Despite how thin the legs are, gotta use them.
She does have punches as well, but everybody has figured this out in that for whatever reason, kicks do way more damage than punches. They have like the same animation time. It's not like kicks are really slow and punches are really quick. No, they have like the same animation time. They just do wildly different amounts of damage. So just use kicks. Don't bother with punches. Don't bother using the weapons either unless there's an enemy trying to hit you from far away. Other than that, there's no use for it.
What the crap? Sorry, I just found one of the people who worked on this game also worked on another game, and I have to put this up because I am trash here. Called Trevor McFur in the Crescent Galaxy for Jaguar. Like, look at this, everybody. Look at this legend right here, huh? Yeah, they're in love. Yeah.
I love it.
I know nothing about it,
Active.
and now I feel like I need to know more about it. Oh my gosh.
Shadow. Active. Warning.
Wait, people are
Zack in
recommending,
combat.
saying that, is that actually a good Jaguar game? Is there a single good Jaguar game in existence, and is it that?
Complete.
Because one of the programmers, or character animators for this game worked on that. Oh, it's in the Atari 50 collection. That's a... I want to get that collection, but I just had surgery. I don't have money. I'm just playing Dwarf Fortress.
Warning. Toshio in combat. Toshio reports combat complete.
So Ysul Army has moved on as well. Ysul Army is ahead of Kessenchu. Well, they were already ahead, but Ysul Army has gotten a full objective ahead of Kessenchu now. So in our back half of this competition,
Secondary.
the big question will be is if Kessenchu can catch back up to Ysul Army, or if Ysul Army and Rina are going to be the ones that are just clearly in the lead.
Warning. Toshio in combat.
Warning, Tushy.
Shadow reports.
Yeah, I don't understand like half of what's going on. One of the background artists for this, by the way, was a terrain artist for Red Dead Redemption, which happened to be kind of a good game. How about Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver? My freaking crap! Like, every single legend in existence worked in this game. How?
Oh, so Ysul Army, Impa, and Kessenchu have all turned on the force fields. So they all need to turn the force fields back off if they want to get to the elevators again. I don't know how they managed to do that, all of them, but they all managed to do that at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, heck, if it works, it works.
Well, no, the force fields are terrible. Okay.
Oh, well, okay.
Combat. Active.
Yeah.
You don't want the force fields on. You can't get off the elevator.
Guess what? The senior producer for Minecraft Story Mode worked on this game. Tales of the Borderlands. Yeah, that's right. Tales of the Borderlands, huh? How about that? FIFA Soccer 07. Yeah. First game that he managed. X-Perts.
Okay, so Ysul Army turned the force field back off, so they're fine.
How about the marketers for the Thief and Thief 2 games, huh? Yeah, they worked on this. Like I said, everybody worked on this. Okay, anyway, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. J6667 asked, this whole game is kicking robots, hacking terminals, and taking elevators? Is that what the game is?
Yeah, essentially. Although you can also have certain terminals, which nobody has turned on, thankfully, yet. Certain terminals actually are to... There's terminals to turn off the water supply, and there's terminals to open the water pipes.
Okay.
So, as you can imagine, you can... Which is actually something you need to do to beat the game. It's the very end of the game. You can open up the water pipes at the bottom of the base, and then just open them up without turning off the water supply, and the bottom floors get flooded.
Just so people know, at least two of the players... No, not at least. At least one player is going to get eliminated from the match. But whoever comes in first will move on. Whoever comes in second will. Whoever comes in third may or may not. If it's Impa, Rhinem, or Isalmiri, then the third place player will move on. Kessenchu is the only one with only 12 points. So Kessenchu needs to stay in first or second. And unfortunately, I think that he's fallen a little bit behind.
Yeah, he is in third place. He is ahead of Impa solidly, but he has fallen a bit behind Salarmi. Rena's just running away with this.
It looks like we have a question possibly in Discord. For those who are watching, by the way, we did, because this game is somewhat confusing, we are allowing players to ask questions if they have any questions. And it looks like Kessin Chu has a question for you right there.
Okay.
My map is only showing secondary objectives. Is that normal?
It shows both, but look in the upper left hand side of the screen, and it will if I can type on my phone, will tell you what floor the primary objective is on. Boom. Okay, there we go. Oh, the tiny gun robots in chat, they are the worst. Because if you get on the exact, because you can see that the players can move in a z-axis. If you get on the exact same point in the z-axis directly in front of them, the tiny gun robots have no cooldown.
Warning, Zach.
And at that distance, you can no longer dodge. You can no longer get out of their way of fire. So the tiny gun robots can just obliterate you. They can take out like 60 health with ease if you just line up exactly right in the z-axis. However, if you just stay slightly off their z-axis, then they can no longer hit you, or they'll only hit you occasionally, and you could hit them very easily. So the tiny gun robots are actually the scariest thing. The more you play this game, you will get scared of them.
Combat to shield reports. Combat complete.
Okay, so I think the contradictory information is
yeah, okay. You can go ahead and type that out. Are 36 minutes into the match. Kessin Chu currently asking to try to get a little bit more information about what he is missing. And there appears to be some contradictory information in the pause screen. Guess what? This is a complicated game, which honestly, for a game where you walk right and left and you kick robots and then hack computers, it's surprisingly complicated. Okay. So
yeah,
essentially...
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, just tell them, yeah, Kessinju needs to focus on floor 7 west, not floors 6.
Yeah, the main confusion here is that objectives, do light up on the main screen. However, it also shows secondary objectives, and I think that it's possible if you know that you need to go to a certain floor, but don't know exactly where on the floor that item is supposed to be or whatever it is, it might not highlight it for you on the map. You just have to follow what it says, go to the floor that it tells you to go to.
Yeah.
And
so
head west.
Yeah. So
although, which side is west?
West is like west on a map. It will be the left side of the building, and east is the right side of the building.
Gotcha. Okay, elevator security primary mission.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, they are. Kessinju is doing the primary mission. They have found it now. And Rena is I forgot that whenever you pull out the weapon, you can't turn around for an unusually long amount of time. Rena really needs to look at their health with Tashiel. Tashiel's down to 12 health, but Toshio is doing a primary
Report.
objective.
Combat
So,
Warning.
and
Shadow in combat. Shadow.
no, wait, sorry. Toshio is not doing a
Active.
primary objective, but Toshio is doing something that will help later. So,
Warning.
Who are you
It-
talking about?
Danger.
Rena M.
Reports.
Sorry.
Combat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rena M is using to shield to do what will be a primary objective later. So, like, they'll basically just skip a primary objective whenever
Yeah.
they.
Whether or not Rena M knows that, is another question. But at the same time, being able to do things that will help later, not a bad idea. It looks like Rena M and Isalamiri are in the same place as well.
Yeah, they're on the same place because the primary missions will actually switch between.
Shadow.
Sometimes the primary mission will
Active.
be on. Will be on the same floor as where we'll not be on the same floor. We'll make you return to previous floors sometimes.
Professor NES, thank you for being subscribed for 69 months.
Toshio. Active.
I'm not making the joke. I refuse, okay? I am above that. I'm above it. Oh, that
Your
hurt.
chat.
Oh, I had surgery. I can't yell.
Zach,
I'm
active.
above it. But
Warning.
chat is not.
Shadow
Thank you,
in
chat.
Combat. Shadow. Active.
Very
Sorry,
nice of
bro.
you, chat.
Yeah.
Some of these sound effects really make me think of
Warning. Zach
Sword of
in
Sedan
combat.
or some other game, which, to be fair, I don't know. Sword of Sedan. Because it's a Genesis game, that wouldn't be too surprising, and it was a company, like, there was one person who worked on sound effects along with an outsourced company called Fatbox, and I don't know what they are, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just had all the generic sound effects that every Genesis game that had no
Task
budget
complete.
used. Because honestly, like, I would say that this game actually seems like it had a lot of really cool ideas. Just the amount of time to implement them, ludicrous, absolutely impossible. You can't do it. Yeah, and like you said, it seemed like
Shadow.
everybody at Sega got
Active.
thrown at this in order to put the game together, and it just
Task
ended up
report.
being a
Task
failure.
complete.
Yeah.
But there's so much like potential here, and that's what I
Back.
really love to see in my Kusog. I love to see like what could have been.
hmm Yeah, and it's basically the only game I could think of that tried to combine strategy and beat 'em ups. Which unless there's some like glaring Kuso thing that chat will scream at me like, "Oh, this combines strategy and beat 'em up."
I mean, chat might have some ideas because I honestly have no idea.
Shadow.
Yeah,
active.
I'd rather have a game that
Zach,
tries a lot and fails than a
Warning,
game
Zach
that's just
in
another
combat.
mediocre game.
Zach,
And this,
active.
you know, it based off of a fighting game IP. They, I mean, you could have gotten, what was it? The Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero game. That ended up being very
Shadow,
ambitious,
active.
but also failing. People are saying they wish we
Zach,
got another
report.
Eternal
Task
Champions.
complete.
Sometimes
Warning,
doing a little bit
Shadow
more
in
of the
combat.
same is fine.
Zach.
Zach.
Warning. Zach in combat. Shadow.
Oh,
Report.
yeah. So the game will tell you when if you are using one character and another character has enemies approach them and start hitting them.
Yeah,
That means whenever that happens, your characters aren't entirely defenseless.
they can defend themselves a little bit, right?
They can defend themselves a little bit.
However, I'm worried about Rhynum because this character is down to 9 hit points as far as I can tell, which isn't
Yeah.
great.
No.
Are there health pickups?
So the health pickups in this game are the weird thing that I mentioned, that there is a specific floor that has just a room that if you walk into it, it will refill your health. And to do that, you need to open the room on a different floor using a different computer terminal. Impa is the only one that's actually opened that computer terminal.
Okay.
But all your characters will get health over time. That being said, Rena has lost a character.
Shadow, which per the lore in the game, you're supposed to be taking revenge on people who tried to assassinate Shadow. So having Shadow dead, like, I gotta be honest, this feels like you kind of failed.
Jack, report. Complete. Warning.
That is one thing that can happen in this game. If you get extreme primary objective tunnel vision and use a character for too long, your characters get health back over time. So basically what happens is if you don't switch out characters, then that character will never get health back. But if you switch your characters out constantly, then all your characters will just naturally get some health back. And
okay, is it a character you're using that gets health back, or the one that you're not using?
Warning.
The one you're not using.
Danger.
Oh, okay.
Reports. Combat. Complete.
But you see, Rena has nearly beaten the game. Rena's nearly beaten the game. It's not that there's
I thought
not
we were on chapter 1.
So chapter 2 is incredibly quick, and chapter 3 is just get to the sub.
What?
So there's a hard difficulty spike whenever it wants you to get out of chapter 1.
Okay.
Where it starts throwing a bunch of enemies at you, and basically what happened to Rena was that they did hit that point and came into it with low health with everyone. So all of their characters are pretty low health.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, they've lost 2 characters now.
Okay,
yeah,
so just this character with 2 health?
Yeah, Rena's going to game over.
Yeah, probably. I did send a message to them all saying, hey, make sure you are allowed to use save states if you complete a primary objective. So, yeah, they should be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, I had no idea that we had made any progress in this game.
No, Rena's made a ton of progress.
Jeez.
It looks very weird, and you need to understand what progress is being made. You do need to know what the objectives are pretty well off memory.
Yeah, that's fair. Is there any benefit to completing the secondary objectives in this, by the way?
It gives you a better ending.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. That better ending is flavor text.
That's it?
The cutscenes for the endings are all the same. It just tells you different. It just gives you different ending text.
Okay, I kind of love that.
So yeah, Rena's went back, but even to the point that Rena went back to, they are still ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
So,
like, Rena has just done an extremely good job making progress in this. Okay, it looks like Rena... Oh, nope. Character is dead, deciding to load the state. I think that's a good idea. E. Salamiri has everybody at 100% health right now.
Yeah, that's basically because E. Salamiri is on an easy mission where the game doesn't spawn many enemies in, and has been just kind of, for lack of a better term, faffing about a little bit without actually going to the next mission.
Okay.
Without completing the primary objective. Which that means that all your characters are just sitting around and regain all their health.
That's not necessarily the
Casino
worst
active.
thing to do in
Warning.
some
Shadow
cases.
in
No,
combat.
it's not a bad idea at all.
Active.
Yeah.
Warning. Zack
Considering the
in
fact they're in
combat.
second, that basically just secures them to be able to hit the next few objectives pretty easily and
Toshio.
make it
Danger. Toshio.
impossible for
Report.
Kusog7ande to
Combat
catch up to them,
complete.
I would say.
Well, it depends.
Warning.
Let's see how
Shadow.
Kusog7ande does here.
In combat.
Right now, working on the complex
Combat
repair
complete.
primary mission.
Zack in combat.
Gosh.
Zack report.
Good
Combat
job, bot
complete.
sent to
Warning.
Ant.
Zack in combat.
What did the ant ever do?
Warning. Zack in danger.
Yeah, but I wanted to get this game out specifically because I had one specific platformer that I was thinking of giving out, which I quickly realized,
Shadow
wait, that was
active.
similar to a platformer I gave out in round one. And would you look at that? Impa
Toshio active.
had won that specific
Warning,
game with
shadow in
with similar
combat.
mechanics.
Shadow
Like, well,
active.
I'm not
Warning,
giving that out
Zack
again.
in.
And then Reno also had done all right with my first round pick of a 3D racer as well. So
Yeah, watch out. The more that a GM knows you, the more likely you might get something a little bit strange. Although, usually people do have a bit of a break between getting a GM the first and the second time.
Shadow active.
So,
Warning, Zack.
you got them round 1. This is round 3 right now.
Yeah.
And the players here, you never really know when to expect a side-scrolling strategy beat-em-up. The answer is never, but you should always be afraid. Thank you, by the way, Fiery Water, for the sub. Good to have you here. We have less than 10 minutes left. This is the only game we're going to have today because I had surgery earlier this week, and I'm just sort of trying to relax and enjoy, getting better. I feel pretty good at the moment, though. This has been a
Warning,
very
shadow
nice
in
break from
combat.
sort of the monotony of,
Report.
yeah,
Combat
I hurt. I'm in pain.
Okay, so Kusog7ande has hit the same mission that Isol Army is on.
Interesting.
They are now on the same mission now. Isol Army obviously has got to it first, so if they end on the same mission, then obviously it would be Isol Army at this
Zack.
point, but they are on the same one.
I like it. The devs really, chat says the devs really dropped the ball by not including rhythm game and dating sim elements, whatever, in this game. I think we're probably better off without those. Maybe. Like, they could have put mini games when you're repairing the computer, and that would have just been a nightmare.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, I'm kind of surprised they didn't.
Shadow.
Considering, the whole repertoire of games that the people had worked on, seriously, everybody who worked at all with Sega seems to have helped with this game, and it just ended up being a flop. Although I think that the rush dev cycle is most likely what ended with this being a pretty big failure. Not only that, but it was so late in the life cycle.
Yeah. It was incredibly late in the life cycle. I mean, again, this was 96. This could have very easily been the Sega Genesis's swan song, although I'm not sure if this came out before or after Sonic 3D Blast.
Shadow report.
Uh-oh.
Task complete.
Let me go ahead and take a look and see if I can find out.
Because I know this was a game specifically released for the Christmas season.
Complete. Second
But
mission active.
so timely. It's a timely game.
Very timely. Okay. So I'm showing, Frogger was released in 98, right? There was Lost World Jurassic Park in
active.
97. There were some FIFA games,
Shadow
Virtua Fighter
active.
2. Nightmare Circus, late 96.
Danger.
However, there was also Vector Man 2, Disney's Pinocchio, and Sonic 3D Blacks that came later in 96. Where is this? This was middle
Report.
of
Combat
96. There were actually quite a few games after this.
Oh, okay.
Like, a lot. Most of them like NFL or basketball, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Warning.
Wah,
Zack
wah, wah, wah,
in
wah, wah,
combat.
wah, 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 wah.
Shadow active. Zack.
Shadow active, Zack inactive, Zack lazy. Yeah, that scream right there, when you kick that robot, that sounds like those aliens in, what is it, sort of Sedan, the weird flying aliens that are very, very difficult to hit and super annoying, but very reliable at grinding potions. Yeah, I'd say that, like,
Warning. Shadow.
for all of the worries that we had, you've done a great job in tracking this. I'm really glad that you have, and that you know what's going on.
Shadow.
So, question: has Kess and Chu passed Isalamiri, or are they still
They're
essentially
still-
tied?
They're essentially tied at the moment.
Report.
Okay.
Task complete.
They need to go to. They both need to go up to like the 9th floor. Yes, they both need to go to the 9th floor, and neither of them have went to the 9th floor.
Oh, there goes Kess and Chu up to the 9th floor on the east side.
So yeah, okay. So Rena has actually gotten farther than they were.
Shadow reports task.
Believe it or not.
Complete.
Oh,
Shadow
really? Okay.
Warning.
So
Zack
what Rena
combat.
now needs to do is getting close to the end game. Flood the base so that you can ride a submarine out of the base with your characters that are still alive.
Whee! I mean, having the main character alive,
Warning. Zack in.
probably a good thing as well.
Zack report.
Yeah,
Combat
probably.
Complete. Zack.
Zack. I love how prepared the enemies come to, like, punch you and then they just pull out a gun. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
Shadow reports task complete. Shadow active. Zack reports task complete. Zack active.
Yeah,
Warning.
like, the fact that you can have them automated doing various tasks in locations and you don't have to be focusing on them. Ooh, Ryan, I'm losing a character right there. Shadow is dead. Only Zack left.
Zack.
Kess and Chu, meanwhile, trying to get the complex files. How do you get the files, though? Do you have to go on the west side? Do you have to have a specific character up here?
They have turned on the. They have turned on a force field. That's why they can't get to it. So they basically just need to turn off the force field, which is on the other side.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
My gosh, all of the sound. Like, Kess and Chu could potentially move from 3rd to 2nd here, making it so that 3 people move on instead of 2. Like, this is all Kess and Chu's chance.
Yeah. Yep, this
But
is.
where's the force field thingy?
It's. I'm trying to recognize where they are on the floor. If they pull up the map, if they pull up the pause menu or map, what I could tell you if they are
Okay,
close
there's
to it.
the elevator thing. Elevator on level 4. Now on level 6. Okay.
Yeah, so the elevator moves in real time, and enemies can get on it. So sometimes you will have to. It's the only thing. It's one of the only things of RNG that would technically affect the speed run of this game. And no, I will never ever do that. It was enough torture to just memorize where things are in this game to be able to give it out.
That's fair enough. I don't know. Oh, there's 45 seconds.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's all. I think it's very. Yep. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's very much in stone at this point. I believe it is Rina, Isalarmi, Kessenju, and Impa Danila in that order.
Okay. Yeah, let's let the last little bit play out here.
Yeah, Rina's on the very important mission that make sure to turn the nuclear launch codes back off. But yeah, that's an hour.
That, as a matter of fact, everybody, is time. Holy guacamole. What a game. Again, a game that I think had a lot of potential, but was very, very flawed. Oh my gosh. I kind of enjoyed this, though. Yeah. It's, like, because of the repetition here, like, there's so many interesting ideas that this could have been, and I love, like, thinking about what this game could have been. It just wasn't good at all. It's very not good.
Yeah.
Well, let me go ahead and invite Rhinem then, because it appears that Rhinem took the victory, followed by Isalamiri, Kessenchu in third, and Impadinilla / Sabusa in fourth. Yeah, how do you feel that the players did? Oh.
I was very impressed with Rina. Isalamari and Kessenchu both did very well as well.
Yeah,
so, yeah, Paper can, they got second, they can hop in.
Yeah, I'm checking right now to see if our second place player, Isalamiri, aka Piper, on Discord, would like to join. They're passing. Well, we'll see if our third place player wants to come and join. That's okay. Yeah, people are like, no, we don't want to talk about this. We don't want to talk. No.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, but honestly, okay, here comes Kessenchu. Hello there, Kessenchu, and holy cow, what a game!
Hi, bro. Hi, Cosmic.
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, it's an experience.
Oh yeah, this was not an easy game by any means at all.
No, I mean, it's kind of fun, but you've got to have a great deal of patience when they're like operating the computers like sluggishly, and oh gosh.
Yeah, honestly, I think that the ideas in this game are really interesting. Like, this game had so much potential, being able to like control 3 different players. You know, it's all real time, so switching between the characters. I really haven't seen very much of that in video games. You know, biggest thing that I thought of was Grand Theft Auto 5, which was a little bit later.
I guess that's pretty cool indeed, and I don't know. I like the game's aesthetics. It's very janky to control. It's very I don't know. It's the hitboxes are weird, and
oh yeah.
At least it's not that. I mean, it's obscure. I mean, it's obtuse. I don't know how to say that properly, but it's hard to visualize what you have to do. Of course, you guys helped a lot, but. It's not pretty hard in the combat or anything. I think it's pretty fun generally. Yeah,
like there was a little bit of deceit for you. By the way, you were very close to moving into second place there. I'm sad that you didn't. I shed a tear, but you were If you had just beaten the one objective you were on, you were tied. But unfortunately got to that objective after the other player there. So, like, it was a lot closer than I think you would expect.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was doing kind of well. I didn't expect to win, but I thought maybe second place is possible. But I got kind of stuck in that 9th floor. I didn't know how to move past the grid, the flashing grid, the electric grid or something.
The force field there.
Force field, yeah.
I do know Cosmic was like, there's some way to deactivate it, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I have no idea how to turn that off. I don't know.
Well, me neither.
Yeah, that was kind of the experience of the game.
There's a force field activation button on the other side.
Yeah, but
Activation button.
Which floor is this?
9. It would have been 9. Let's see. The force field was on 9. If I'm thinking correctly, the force. Oh wait, yeah. Might have been on floor 6 then, if both were on.
What the frick? Why is the... Oh my gosh. Well, the switch for the floor 9 force field may have been on floor 6, because that makes total sense. Thank you, video games.
Was it the secondary mission or something?
Yeah, I know it pops up in a secondary mission at one point telling you where it is. And my rule of thumb for the game is if you ever get lost as to where to go, just go ahead and get all the blue dots on the map and it will clear it out.
Yeah, but with that said, you still did very well. Like, essentially a tie for second. You know, the ruling has to go for the other player because they got there first. It's just Rhinum actually almost beat the game, and that's what really shocked us.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've got to watch it on.
Yeah, I suppose I couldn't really tell much of a difference, but apparently Cosmic could. It's one of those things. Like, I feel like this was something that was probably rushed a little bit too much, and if they would have taken a little bit more time with it, it would have been a lot better. But it still had a lot of cool ideas, and honestly, that's what I love about it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you should give it a try later, bro. It's kind of fun.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't like beat 'em ups. I'll see, okay? I'll think about it. It's on my list of things to think about.
Anyways, I'm glad I've had a chance to chat with you. I've been following your channel for like 4 years now. I love Kusog7ande, so
I'm glad.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here.
Yeah, and it's good to have you too. I know I've seen you around for a long time. I'm glad that you're playing this here. I'm glad that we can like sit around and chat a little bit, and like, seriously, you want to come back sometime, you should submit to Don't Make Us Bored or something so we can just chill and have a game and have fun.
Let's do that. Totally do
that. For now, though, you know, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Just, you know, I'm still recovering from surgery. I wanted to do this, but let's go and raid Gilder, Sneeze, because Gilder has... Are the police after you, Cosmic?
No, that's just me living close to the highway.
Okay.
Actually, I think this is a gas truck.
Oh, that's a gas truck?
Yeah, so,
I didn't know they had sirens.
But okay, so very short thing here. In Ecuador, obviously, most people cook with gas, and they sell tanks of gas for your kitchen.
Yep.
Every town I've ever been to in Ecuador has a nice little jingle for the gas truck that comes by.
In Brazil too, when I lived there.
For whatever reason, the town where I live, the gas truck has a siren.
Okay, that's really annoying. I remember one place that I lived, I was like, I just hear this faint, real weird, like, happy music. I'm like, what is this? Am I imagining it? I thought I was going crazy. But no, it's just people going around selling propane.
In Brazil, the Beethoven's Fifth Symphony is pretty common among these trucks.
I could see that. Anyways, let's go and raid Gilder. Do we have a good raid message chat or Cosmic or Kessenchu?
I would suggest let's suck then, but the game. I mean,
I was going to suggest Zach in combat, but
Zach in combat is pretty cool.
Yeah, Zach in combat, and you can go ahead and put like freak out emojis. Yeah, I like that. Do I have any good freak out emoji? That one. I'm sure y'all have some good ones as well. I'm doing this. Okay, Zach in combat. Go, 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 go! I'll see y'all later. Hopefully this weekend if I'm feeling better and recovering from surgery. See ya! Kess and
See you,
Chew.
bro.
Bye, Cosmic.
bye.
Bye bye.
See you, friends.